बहुत खुश हुआ है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट का बहुत धन्यवाद करी थे सर।
बच्ची के लिए क्या मांग कर रहे हैं?
बच्ची के लिए यह मांग कर रहे हैं उनको सीधा फांसी होए। मेरे बच्चे भटक रहे, इनको सरकार देखे।
बच्ची जो थी और इसका परिवार मुझसे
माइक नीचे कर लो।
मुझसे ये रोज पूछ रहा था कि क्या अब हम अगले 5 मिनट जिंदा रहेंगे या नहीं रहेंगे। अब कम से कम मैं इन्हें ये बता सकता हूं कि आपके पास अभी बहुत छोटी सी रिलीफ मिली है। बिल्कुल हमें इसको विक्ट्री नहीं कहना चाहिए, मैं इसको विक्ट्री नहीं कह रहा हूं, ये विक्ट्री नहीं है। ये एक छोटा सा सांस लेने का मौका विक्टिम और उसको परिवार को मिला है। इसके अलावा इस फैसले को मैं कुछ भी नहीं देख सकता।
Breaking news today in the Unnao Rape saga. The Supreme Court has stepped into the case that has gripped the nation. A vacation bench of Chief Justice Surya Kant and Justices Maheshwari and Masi stayed the Delhi High Court's order that had suspended the life sentence of former BJP MLA Kuldeep Singh Sengar. In simple terms, the convicted rapist remains behind bars for now. Let's rewind the tape. This all began in June 2017 when a 17-year-old girl from Unnao was abducted and gang-raped by Kuldeep Sengar. Protests and national outrage followed. The girl's father later also died in mysterious custody, and the case went to the CBI. Finally, on 16 December 2019, Sengar was convicted of rape, and on 20th December 2019, sentenced to life imprisonment. He also got a separate 10-year sentence for the custodial death. In all, he was destined to spend the rest of his life in jail. Now, fast forward to just last week, on December 23rd, when the Delhi High Court gave the country a shock. Citing the 7.5 years Sengar had already spent behind bars, the High Court suspended his life sentence and even granted him bail in the rape case. The court argued that it would hold the suspension until the appeal was decided. But the bail came with ironclad conditions: a 15 lakh bond, 3 shorties, no visit within 5 kilometers of the victim's home, and a strict ban on contacting or threatening the girl or her mother. Unsurprisingly, activists and the public were outraged. Women's rights groups even staged protests outside the Delhi High Court, chanting for justice. The victim's mother has been vocal as well. She condemned the bail, alleging that Sengar had bribed officials, including the High Court judge. Now, those are serious claims that need investigation. She fought back tears, demanding, "My daughter should get justice. I want the accused to be given a death sentence." That brings us to today's Supreme Court hearing. The CBI rushed in, challenging the High Court order. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta argued passionately. "This is a horrific case of rape of a child," he told the bench. He reminded the judges that the survivor was only 15 years and 10 months old at the time, hardly old enough to consent. Mehta pointed out that the POCSO Act makes rape by a public servant an aggravated offence. He argued Sengar was a public servant and must get a minimum of 20 years under the law. The Chief Justice then spoke. He alleged the principle that once a person has walked out on bail, the court does not take away liberty. But he added sharply, "The situation is peculiar since he is inside the jail for another case." In other words, Sengar is still serving 10 years for murdering the victim's father, so he can't just walk free. The bench flatly ordered, "Mr. Sengar shall not be released from custody," and asked him to file a response in 4 weeks. The case is set down for the last week of January as of now. The survivor's advocates say this is only a breather, not a victory. Mehmood Pracha, the girl's lawyer, told reporters, "We have got little time to breathe. This should not be called victory, but a small relief." He warned the CBI had argued only the tip of the iceberg and that there is so much more evidence in favor of the victim that justice will eventually prevail. Women's activist Yogita Bhayana, who has fought this case, thanked the court. "Satyamev Jayate, truth alone triumphs. We were hoping for this order. It will send a message to daughters that if they face injustice, they will get justice," is what she said. Now, the public reaction has been fierce. Many Indians see echoes of other high-profile cases. Just last month in Gujarat, a law student murdered a woman in a drunk driving crash, then shockingly screamed, another round," as bystanders pleaded for help. The video went viral under the hashtag #OneMoreRound. Yet, recently on December 23rd, that accused, the 23-year-old Rakshit Chaurasia, was granted bail by the Gujarat High Court after just 9 months in jail. Justice N.S. Kareel noted that he was a young person who needed a chance to reform. The photo of Chaurasia at the bail hearing, reportedly smiling, reignited outrage about double standards in our justice system. Now tonight, the question looms. Where do we go from here? The Supreme Court has kept Sengar in jail for now, but it has only paused the fight. In January, the bench will dive deeper into this tale of power, influence, and crime. The survivor may even file her own plea for justice. For Kuldeep Singh Sengar, however, the battle lines are drawn. At least for the moment, he cannot step outside his prison gates. Stay tuned, the saga is far from over. But one thing is clear, the judiciary today in India is under intense scrutiny. With public anger swelling over cases like Unnao and the one more round hit and run, the pressure is on our courts to show that they will not let the powerful slip away. We'll keep watching and we'll keep reporting every twist in these stories of injustice and accountability and make sure that the courts are accountable. Thanks.